which you have all gathered for is the most ridiculous form of sports entertainment that has ever existed.
Last night, actually, a couple of us got together and we just practiced and we timed our poems to see when they came out what alterations we could make so they fit under the time constraints. The club started out as such a small thing, but over the years it's just gained notoriety. It was actually at one point the #1 collegiate slam team in New York and #7 in the nation.
A lot of people mistakenly believed that poetry was some boring ass shit, so we decided to give them power so that they would find an excuse to be interested. What this means is that we have ended up a sport where 5 random people decide the fate of artists who are giving you their everything. This is ridiculous. Judges! You will write with 1 decimal point a score between 0 and 10. A 0 is the worst thing that has happened in the history of the world.
I tried out twice before. Like I was a finalist in the past, didn't get on the team, but I always try and help them as much as I can, you know, because I'm just fascinated by the whole thing.
Ran up the fire escape to the top of your apartment, your last breath sent through your last step, you dove, as if breaking free from chains, headed straight for the center of the pavement, right where black meets yellow.
What really made me a better writer was just working with the team and immersing myself in slam culture and looking at stage performers that I love, you know, like Andrea Gibson, Rachel McKibbins, even somebody like Stevie Nicks. I love Stevie Nicks and she's a singer, but I still think that she's somebody who provides a good example of how to engage an audience, and that's what part of slam is.
Right now, everybody make some noise for Aaron.
When Anemone could walk, she would return to the beach, yelling, "Daddy, Daddy," as though she were an orphan of the sea, like Aphrodite herself. When her body washed ashore 3 days later, I mistook my own daughter's heart for a dead chunk of coral, mistook her body for driftwood.
Everybody,
I first started writing poetry in middle school into high school. It was nothing like slam poetry. I fell in love with the whole idea of just like the performance aspect and the writing aspect and just making it so relatable to a large group of people, you know?
Brittany!
It would definitely have to be the poems that I'm most confident with because for me personally, it's so hard getting up there and just like putting your all into something, you know? And just, it's like, you really have to be comfortable with it or you're just not gonna, it's not gonna do well.
Why on earth would I want a can that looks like gunmetal when I could be represented by the fragile innocence of soap suds? I could never be offended by the macho man appeal of Dr. Pepper 10. I know how hard it is for a man to live in a world where he gets judged by the type of diet soda he drinks. I mean, hell, you wouldn't want people thinking your stomachs are too feminine.
And I am the worst person ever when it comes to public speaking, but in terms of slam, it's just like, I don't know, I just like doing something that starts off really scary, but in the end it ends up giving you like such an adrenaline rush.
But I guess this business is like a game of chess to you, moving all the right pieces so that you don't get caught. And if your president is king as vice president, that would make you queen. So from woman to woman, here's a little advice. You may be queen, but you better check your mate because even a pawn like me can take down a crowd.
I've missed the team twice already. I would really like to get it this time because it's really my only opportunity left to. It would be nice. It would be really nice.
Our top 5 this evening who will be representing our team. Brittany. Christine. James Warren.
Say anything about myself, it's that I'm a very determined person. If I want something, I'll go after it. Obviously, like 3rd year, and I've never really been discouraged. I never said to myself, you know, I'm not gonna do it.
Separated from first place by 0.1, coming in second with a 53.8, Aaron, which means our Grand Slam champion, winner of the night, all around fucking superstar, Primo!
Because I've met so many great people and so many talented people, so many people who have helped my writing. You create this wonderful relationship with the people who write, even if you don't make the team. The most important thing isn't the competition. it's about becoming a better writer.